Welcome to the virtual college exploration for all North and South Carolina students, sponsored by the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers and StriveScan. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A on your screen to type your questions to our presenter at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at CACRAO.org. That's CACRAO.org. The presentation is being recorded and will be made available within a week at the same website, CACRAO.org, CACRAO.org. I'd now like to turn it over to our presenter.
Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'll make introductions once I've already done that. All right, so welcome to the University of Lynchburg. My name is Gabby Jones. I am an admissions counselor here for North Carolina and South Carolina. I also recruit in the areas of Texas, Tennessee, and Tidewater, Virginia. I graduated from the University of Lynchburg in 2019 with a bachelor's in elementary education. I'm currently pursuing my master's of education in educational leadership with an emphasis in higher education. In my undergraduate experience here at the University of Lynchburg, I was able to have a lot of experiences through the University of Lynchburg, where I went on 3 study abroad experiences, South Korea, Cuba, and the Bahamas. I also had the opportunity to do the Disney College program. So I went away to Disney for 9 months and received 12 credits while I was abroad. I was a resident assistant for 3 years, as well as a track athlete, and I was a public address announcer. So I announced all of our sports here at the University of Lynchburg. So I have a lot of great opportunities, and if there's any questions about any of those experiences, I'd be happy to answer any of those. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome you to the University of Lynchburg and tell you some great information about the campus and its community. So Lynchburg, Virginia's population is about 80,000. The downtown Lynchburg area is absolutely amazing. We are up and coming, and we're actually top 3 for millennials to move. So we are a very college-friendly town, and we're ranked in the top 10 of happiest, healthy cities in the US. So in some of the pictures you can see here, one of the hats on there, Lynchburg. And downtown Lynchburg is actually an event that we put on for our students to get them to know the downtown community. So it's an event for our students where we actually shuttle them out and have the opportunity to get them free swag, free food, and as well as just to get to know the campus community in general. I actually have the opportunity to live in the downtown area, and I love it. There's a lot of food, there's festivals, and there's a lot of music going on all the time. And I think it's just a really great community for our institution to be located in. So some quick facts about the University of Lynchburg. It is 2,000 undergraduate students and 1,000 graduate students. We're 40% male and 60% female, which is relatively common for our sized institution. We are very diverse at 25%, and we're coming from 35 states and 15 countries. Our average class size is 16, and our student-faculty ratio is 11:1. And we have 75% of our students living on campus. And we will talk about campus life and campus living a little bit later. So for our undergraduate studies, it is in an academic structure. So with that being said, our academic structure is in housing. So we have the Lynchburg College of Arts and Sciences, and it is called Lynchburg College because previous to the University of Lynchburg, we were called Lynchburg College. We have the College of Business, the College of Education, Leadership Studies, and Counseling, College of Health Sciences, and the Westover Honors College. We have 53 majors and 66 minors, and then we also have 15 pre-professional programs, which include pre-law, pre-vet, pre-dentistry, as well as pre-med. So that being said, we also have graduate studies. We have a lot of great opportunities to continue your education here if you wish to do so. So we have certificates, masters, and doctoral programs. I'm not going to read all of those to you, but you can see on the screen in front of you what programs we do offer in the graduate study level. Here at the University of Lynchburg, we like to get our students outside of the four walls. When that being said, we really love experiential learning. So in the picture in front of you is actually the Clater Nature Study Center. This is an opportunity for our students to get outside of the classroom and into nature. So Clater Nature Study Center is located 40 minutes off campus in Bedford County, Virginia. And the Clater Nature Study Center is an opportunity for our lab science classes to really get to know what they're doing in their lab sciences. So they're testing the water, they're looking for new species, you name it, and the lab science class is probably doing it out there in that area. This picture is not Photoshop. It is absolutely gorgeous out there. And you also have the opportunity to stay the night there. We do have a lodge that sleeps up to 16 people. So sometimes our classes will actually spend the night there for a weekend. We also have the Belk Observatory. So if you're into astronomy, we do have the opportunity for our students to observe the stars. And we also have the historic Sandusky. So if you're into archaeology, we do archaeology digs, as well as the ensemble and our ensemble performances. So if you're into music, as well as, of course, history, because it is the historic Sandusky House. So of course, as I talked about a little bit earlier, I had the opportunity to study abroad experience. So these are only our faculty-led programs that you'll see on the screen, which are at the bottom located, which is India, Bahamas, Italy, Sicily, Chile, Spain, Britain, Greece, Uganda, Bolivia, and Cuba. And like I said earlier, I went to Cuba. I went to Cuba for a week and had a really great experience there. I went scuba diving while I was there and got to really know the culture, eat, just really enjoyed my experience. I was there. But as you see on the screen, my other two experiences, Bahamas is on there as well, but my one experience, South Korea, is not listed on there. So some of the years they do change the faculty-led experiences. So it really just depends on the year that you're here. And if you're interested in it, we do go to different places depending on the year or whether or not they're faculty-led. So if you have an interest in, say, New Zealand and it's not offered faculty-led, you do have the opportunity to still go there. Maybe that's for a semester, a summer, a winter break, a spring break. We do offer it each one of those times. It just depends on what you're looking for and when you want to go. So you can intern while you're there, you can work, you can volunteer, or you can even research abroad. When I went to the Bahamas, I went there just for the fun and the experience of it. When I went to Cuba, I got a Spanish credit. And when I went to South Korea, I actually went to get more teaching experience. So I taught at a hagwon while I was there, which is really amazing. I got to teach a lot of really great students while I was there. We do offer financial aid, scholarships, and grants. So what I like to preach is that I went to South Korea for virtually nothing. It was a very cheap experience for me, and I got that all through scholarships available from the University of Lynchburg. And 1 in 4 of our students do study abroad. So this is a great experience for our students to do when they're here at the University of Lynchburg. So here at the University of Lynchburg, we have jobs and internships for our students. Of course, we want you to get a job after you leave the University of Lynchburg, but we make sure that our students have internship experience. And with that being said, it is sometimes, depending on the major, it is a requirement for you to have an internship. And for me, as I said previously, I did the Disney College program. So I had that opportunity to get the experience outside of the classroom. I have a friend who was here who did ESPN. He did that as an internship experience, and now he works for ESPN as an ESPN analyst. Some of our other students who have been here, Emily Brown in 02 was director of platform storytelling at USA Today. Emily Yinger, she graduated in 19 as an intern at NBCU Universal Media. So all of our students who have been here have had these experiences with these bigger name companies, and they have got internships and jobs afterwards. Some graduate schools that our students will go off to, bigger name schools, Yale, Rice, Carnegie Mellon, and of course, University of Lynchburg. And some of our students will go there from our direct admit pathway programs. And of course, you could also have the opportunity to go to University of Lynchburg free if you go into a graduate assistantship. So there are many things that Lynchburg does to make sure that you are prepared for that job after graduation. About 53% of our students do an internship before graduation, and that doesn't include nursing clinicals or student teaching. We partner with over 1,000 different internships that we regularly send students to, but students also find other internships either here in Lynchburg, in their hometown, or even abroad. We also have a strong relationship with our alumni. We have a database where we can connect current students with working alumni in their field of interest for networking, resume sharing, or even potentially getting a job. We have events on campus to make sure you are prepared, like etiquette dinners. Many interviews are being held over meals now, resume and cover letter help, and mock interviews. So how do we do this for you? How are we able to get you this job or this internship? We do this through a program designed at the University of Lynchburg that starts in your first year that you're here in your freshman success seminar and goes all the way until your capstone class. And that program is called Professionalism Plus. And this starts out in a bronze and then a silver and then a gold. So your first year here, it's a bronze. And of course it goes in your junior year, your sophomore and your junior year, and a silver, and then your senior year, a gold. So your first year, you're doing career counseling. We're creating cover letters and resumes with you, and then we're doing an online profile with you. So that online profile is generally like a LinkedIn, which is a professional Facebook. And then in your silver year, which is your sophomore and your junior year, we're networking with you. So we're doing a Hornet to Hornet panel, which is when alumni come back and they network with you to help you get internships or jobs. And then we're doing social media branding. So we're going to make sure that your social media is appropriate, and we're going through that social media with you to make sure you have an appropriate brand. We're doing mock interviews with you, and then we provide all of our students with a professional headshot. And then we have gold. We're polishing you and you're making you marketable. So that's in your capstone course in your senior year. So we're doing some internships with you, of course, and then we have that etiquette dinner, as I said, sometimes that you are doing your interviews over dinner. So we're making sure that you know that your glass may be on one side of the table, or your fork and your spoon might be on one side as well. So we're doing site travel as well. And then of course, as I mentioned before, that Hornet to Hornet panel. Student life. So this one's really excited to talk about because we know as much as we love academics, we also love to talk about our student life too. So we have 10 nationally recognized fraternities and sororities on campus, 70 clubs and organizations. So if you'd like to know more about our clubs and organizations, of course, they're listed on lynchburg.edu. The outdoor leadership program on campus is phenomenal. That gets you out into the nature, canoeing, kayaking, caving. We have a high ropes course on campus as well as zip lining. And I'll tell you what, sometimes we even go night zip lining and we do it all like glow sticks. It's a really cool and fun time. We also go horseback riding, whitewater rafting. I'm pretty sure this weekend our students are actually getting out and going mountain biking. So this really awesome program that the school does is the outdoor leadership program. We also have that Get Down Down event that I mentioned before, and we have 2,000 activities each academic year. So if you become a student on this campus and you say you have nothing to do, that cannot be it, because we have 2,000 activities each academic year, so there's always something going on. So if one of those activities or events doesn't suit your fancy, we have community involvement, and it is not required for our students to do community involvement. However, our students put over 70,000 hours annually into community service. And over the last year, they have put in $40,000 into various causes. And some of those causes may be Habitat for Humanity, Big Brothers Big Sisters, Relay for Life, or even Special Olympics. And we also have a Bonner Leadership Program on campus, and this is a 4-year program. And thanks to our amazing students, Lynchburg has made the President's Higher Education Community Service Honor Roll for the last 6 years. The President's Higher Education Community Service Honor Roll recognizes institutions of higher education that supports exemplary community service programs and raise visibility of effective practices in campus community partnerships on campus. And like I said earlier, we host Relay for Life, St. Jude, and even St. Baldrick's on campus. So something else that we have on campus and into the academics, or into academics and even into scholarship practices, we have a fine arts scholarship. That's theater, music, and art. You don't have to major or minor in these areas in order to participate. So this is a visual and performing arts scholarship competition. You can receive $1,000 to $3,000 a year. It's a short application, and then you send in your work or you audition, and you can receive up to $3,000 a year. Here at the University of Lynchburg, we have intercollegiate athletics. We have over 190 ODAC titles, and we are a Division III team. And we're one of the only D3 teams to have our games highlighted on ESPN3. We have 247 All-Americans, 13 individual and national championships, and 1 team championships. We have 202 conference championships and 147 coaches of the year, and 3 of them are national. So that's really awesome. We're really proud of our intercollegiate athletics here at the University of Lynchburg. But taking a step down from there, we also have intramural sports and club sports. So if something at the D3 level doesn't interest you, we also have other sports that we offer here. So at the club level, we generally match our D3 level sports. So if we offer it at the D3 level, we do offer it at the club level. And at the intramural level, it kind of spans out from there. So we have a lot more at the intramural level, saying that we have bubble ball, floor hockey, sand volleyball. There's just a lot going on for our intramural sports, and you can find out a little bit more about that at lynchburg.edu. So for our first year programs here at the University of Lynchburg, we really take care of our students, especially the first years. There are many things that we have in place to make sure that you are acclimated to the campus before classes even start. The first part of this orientation, or SOAR, it is a 2-day, one night experience where you even get to meet with your advisor and set up your whole first year of classes. You will also move in about a week before upperclassmen events during Hornet days. You will do a community service event, find where your classes will be, and meet your connection leader that will be your mentor through your freshman success seminar, where you will learn everything you know to be a successful student at Lynchburg. Everything from how to use your laundry system to how to do a research in the library. So something we take pride in is acclimating our students and promoting them for student success. So something that I really enjoyed as a student here at the University of Lynchburg, because I was also an RA, was our first 30 days and our monthly dinners. And the first 30 days, and this event put on every single day for the first 30 days. And that is just an event for our students to get to know each other. It's relationship building, and it's also an opportunity for you to be available to the community on campus and to really just have fun and try new things. Monthly dinners are an opportunity for you to have free food, as well as have a home-cooked meal, even if it's just by your RA. And I can tell you how many times I definitely had dino dogs cooked by my RA and just absolutely loved it. So speaking of our campus community and by your RA, we have a lot of great housing options on campus. Your first year, you would live in one of the 2 residence hall. And if you have the opportunity at one point to go on to lynchburg.edu, we have a tour. And it is a virtual tour, so you can see all of that on there. After your first year, you have an option to live in one of our residence hall apartments or townhouses, and we guarantee housing for all 4 years. And you're also allowed to have your car on campus for all 4 years. And the college maintains all facilities. So if you ever have a problem like a leak, our maintenance will come and fix it. We also have community resources and events on campus. So this is a side of the traditional residence hall. Of course, it is just a side picture of that. And then what the first year restroom looks like. It was just newly renovated, so it looks amazing. So campus safety and community security. Our campus is very safe. We have campus safety and security here 24/7, 365. So even when our students aren't here, our safety and security is here, making sure that our community is still safe. We have a Live Safe app set up for our students so they can anonymously report things. They get alerts through that notification system, as well as they have the opportunity to walk each other home through that app. We do use it as a COVID tool right now, so students are checking in their symptoms on there, and they're using that generally every single day just to make sure that they have everything they need on that for their security purposes. We have a campus early alert system, so if they're on a campus-owned laptop or TV, anything that happens on campus, whether that's a national emergency, a state emergency, or a campus emergency, or even a weather emergency, it's going to pop up on that computer that they may be on. That being said, if it's a campus alert system, it's also going to go out through email, text notifications, so they're gonna know about what's going on campus. We also have LPD here on weekends, which is the Lynchburg Police Department, and they're only here from Thursday to Sunday. But this is an added precaution that we use for our students to make sure that they feel safe here on campus. So before we go into the next steps, this is going to be our application and financial aid. This is very important for our students here. So for our application and our financial aid, we're first going to go into application. So we have our application deadlines. So we are on a rolling admission. Early decision is November 15th, which is kind of close and approaching. But we are on a rolling admission, so you can apply at any time up until that deadline of the June 1. So our required materials are our application and our high school transcript. Again, required materials are application and a high school transcript. Optional materials are going to be an essay and a letter of recommendation. And as of this academic year, we are test optional. Again, your optional materials are essay, letter of recommendation, and your test scores. And then for your decision, after you have completed the first 3 steps, you will receive a decision up to 3 weeks. However, as a North Carolina and South Carolina admissions counselor, I do read all applications that are submitted. So it will be about 2 to 3 weeks. So these are what is required on transcripts for our students: 4 years of English and social studies, up to Algebra 2 and math, 2 lab sciences, and at least 2 years of the same foreign language. Our average admitted students, a 22 ACT, 1100 SAT, and a 3.4 out of a 4.0 GPA. However, like I said, it is test optional as of this academic year. And don't be worried about that GPA if you are a little bit over that or a little bit under that. That is just our average admitted student. Receiving college credit. A lot of credits will come in and knock out some gen eds, but if they won't, they will still come in as elective credits with these requirements. So we're 3 or higher on most AP exams, 4 out of 5 on select AP exams, 4 or higher on higher level IB exams, or C or higher on dual enrollments. If you have any questions about receiving college credit, please reach out to your admissions counselor. So for this section right here, this is going to be for the academic year 22-21. So for tuition, it's $40,910, room and board $12,138, and fees at $970. Our comprehensive cost is $54,018. However, this is considered a sticker price. None of our students will pay this price. The average cost for a student at the University of Lynchburg is $22,140 each year. With that being said, 100% of our students do receive some sort of financial aid and, of course, scholarship. Lynchburg distributes over $42.5 million in financial aid annually. So for merit scholarships from our students receive, it is $20,000 to $24,000 per year. This is a combination of a SAT and a GPA. So the higher your SAT, higher your GPA, the higher you're going to be on that merit-based scholarship range. The lower the SAT, lower the GPA, the lower you're going to be on that merit-based range. You can go on to lynchburg.edu and type in net-based calculator to see how much you may receive. For our scholarship days, that is after you are an admitted student, you do have the opportunity to apply for our scholarship day. This award ranges from $1,000 to $5,000 per year. It's a very short application process. You want to let us know what you are involved in at your high school. Do you have any leadership qualities? Did you do any community service? It's a very short application. And then after that, you would do an interview process as well as an essay. And then you can receive up to $5,000 per year, and you don't have to do anything after that. You just receive that amount of money each year. We also offer the Yellow Ribbon program here for veterans. So if you are eligible for the Virginia or for the Veterans Yellow Ribbon program, please contact Veteran Benefits at lynchburg.edu. The University of Lynchburg is also ranked 22nd on the U.S. News and World Report list of best colleges for veterans. We do encourage every family to fill out the FAFSA, even if you do not believe you will receive anything from it. If you know a ballpark range of if you want to know a ballpark range of the bottom line, we have a net price calculator online, like I had mentioned before. You just go to net price calculator in the top right corner at lynchburg.edu. And again, that school code is listed on our screen in front of you. So if you would like to let us know just your intent to file the FAFSA so that you're able to receive a financial aid package. Obviously, we love Lynchburg, but it's nice to hear about others talking about Lynchburg too. The one we like to point out is colleges that change lives. So you'll see that over in the left corner up there. And Lauren Pope was the editor of the New York Times education section. As his daughters were going through the college's search process, he wanted to know more about the smaller schools that you do not hear of often. He traveled the nation and interviewed faculty and students and staff and did everything that a student would like to do. So he sat in on classes and even sporting events. He picked 40 schools that he honestly thought would change a student's life, and Lynchburg has been in every single edition since 1993. So our chapter of the books can be read, and we would really love for you to read that as well. We also are recognized in the Princeton Review, Best Colleges U.S. News, and Military-Friendly Schools. So these are some of our admissions counselors that are with us at the University of Lynchburg. But of course, I'm going to be listed here on the screen today, which is Gabby Jones, 19, admissions counselor. My recruitment territory is North Carolina and South Carolina. Of course, thank you for visiting Lynchburg.
All right, so thank you so much for participating in this virtual college exploration experience. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this was just one of many sessions being hosted. So be sure to sign up for any additional sessions at CACRAO.org. That's CACRAO.org. In about a week, you'll be able to find the sessions recording as well as all the other session recordings at CACRAO.org. Thank you so much.
Thank you.